Hey everyone, it's Lauren with XGRiD Campers, and we are here at Overland Expo Mountain West 2025. And in today's video, we're going to walk you around and show you some of our favorite accessories for both campers and trailers. Let's take a look. Now, I'd like to start at our booth and first show you the Bush Company 270-degree XT Max awning. We do a lot of awning tent installs at XGRiD Campers, and Bush Company is one of our favorites. It holds up extremely well in wind conditions, and it matches the quality of the trailers that we sell. So with the AOR Sierra, we have the kitchen on the left side of the trailer. So what we did is we used the right side 270 awning, which normally goes around the back of the vehicle, but we put it on the left side of the trailer so that it's facing forward. That gives us tons of coverage on the front, but it also opens up the area right here. Because we have a rear pod room that's built into the trailer, we don't need the coverage off the rear. So we actually spun the awning around and have the coverage on the front, which gives you a lot of space to hang out, put your chair down, and have a place to sit and still fully covered in bad weather. This awning is totally freestanding. It does not require legs, it does not require pegs. Now, we will recommend tying down some of the two end arms in heavy wind conditions just to keep it from lifting up excessively. We've been out here for a couple days now, had a heavy rainstorm yesterday. These things held up great, they always do. Definitely take a look at this awning if you want something durable. What's really nice about these awnings is you can wrap this fully with a wall kit as well. It has a Velcro attachment all the way around the edge. And when you get the wall kit, you do get legs to provide that extra support because of the weight that's hanging down from the walls. These arms are fold out, and they're super thick and very wide, and they hold up really well. The bracket that you get with these awnings is universal. You can raise it up or drop it down to really accommodate a lot of different mounting solutions. One of the reasons we really like these awnings is because they're so easy and fast to set up. So the two arms are going to cross over. We're going to unfold the rear first and then strap it back to a latch, and then the front comes around and strap that back. Once you hook those two straps on, you're ready to go. The awning's ready to use. When we pack these awnings away, the one trick that you want to look out for is to make sure you fold the correct arm in first. On this awning, we're going to fold in the front, which is normally your back, okay? Keep that in mind. But the way we know that is this hinge sits really close to the back plate. So these arms, they're going to fold around and go flat to the back plate. That allows this arm, which sits a lot further out, to now come out in front. So if you don't know which arm to do first, take a look at the position of those hinges, and that'll really help you out. The other trick that we do when we fold these in is we make sure that this canvas stays up, because what we're going to do is fold those arms underneath this canvas. The other product I want to show you by Bush Company is the Outpost shower. Now, we've been installing these on the Expedition Voyager for a while. We love these showers, really because of the quality of the materials and the craftsmanship on it. You'll notice standing right here is the shower's not sagging. You see a lot of these outdoor showers where the hinges aren't strong enough and they begin to sag. This one is nice and tight. You have a nice strong rail right here that holds it in place. This is a traditional fabric, the canvas that Bush Company uses, really strong. It is adjustable, so you can raise and lower the height as you need to based on where your mounting is, drop it down to the ground all the way if you need to, and there are some tie down points on the bottom of the shower as well. Now, one of the best features of this shower are two ways to get in. You have a traditional zipper where you can open up and step inside, which all showers have. However, what Bush Company did here is they actually allowed you to have a door. So you unzip this, and now your door swings open. So this makes it a lot easier if you want to, just to open the door and walk in all the way. Now, on the inside of the shower, you have a nice access here. So you can get your water supply depending on where you're set up on the trailer. You have your storage pockets. This is also a roof, so you can roll out your roof and have coverage here, which is really nice if you're in bad weather, or if you're in maybe a public area where people are flying drones. It is nice to have that privacy. On the Expedition Voyager, what we often do is we actually heat the tent. The Voyager comes with an external heat duct, so we can run the heater into the tent. You put the floor down, you put the roof on, and you actually have a heated shower room, which is really nice in those cold weather environments. The Outpost shower also does come with a shower pan. So if you happen to be in an area where you need to collect your water, maybe you're at a hip camp or a campground where you can't shower on the ground, this comes with it. It folds out. And now it has a holding pan, so you can actually capture your water. You put this on the ground, capture your water, and now you can dump your water out into a bucket or into another container so that you can dispose of it. So this is a really nice addition. Just roll it up and then you can pack it away. So to pack away the outpost shower, what we're gonna do is unlatch this here, okay? And now we're gonna fold the left side in first, lift this up. We're gonna tuck it right underneath, and that's gonna go right against that back plate so it's nice and tight. Now we can fold the right side in, snap that in place, and then fold forward. Lift that up. And now all you'll do is take the bottom and roll it all the way up. If you'd like to learn more about the Bush Company products, you can take a look at all their products, including their tents and everything they carry at thebushcompanyusa.com, or reach out to us at XGRiD Campers. We do installs on trucks and trailers, or really whatever you have.
Hey, I'm Don with Garmin here at Overland Expo Mountain West. I'm going to talk to you guys about some of our new products here, the Tread 2, our off-road and on-road navigator. This is our latest and greatest for the Tread product line. It has all of the mapping you need to navigate on-road and off-road through the National Forest, U.S. Forest Service roads, motor vehicle use maps, and all those things. And so let me talk about the vehicle profiles that you can set up. So if you have a vehicle like with a trailer, for example, you can go in here and set up that vehicle profile, choose vehicle with a trailer. We have a travel trailer, let's say, whether we're on-road or off-road capable. If we say we're off-road capable, we can save that. And then it's going to ask us about our routing preferences, so faster time, shorter distance, how adventurous do we want to be with our routing. Let's say we just want to do faster time. And then now we're going to set up the height, weight, length of all of our trailers in our vehicle. So we're just going to click through some numbers here: overall max width, the trailer width, the total length of our setup, the trailer length, vehicle gross weight, rating here, trailer weight. So now we've set up our trailer vehicle profile. So if we select this vehicle profile now, when we go into our device and we want to find a location to navigate to, that route to get us from A to B is going to accommodate for all of those trailer and vehicle profile specifics that we set up. So here we are in Loveland. Let's just pick something across town. Find our destination, we hit go. The route that we're given is going to take into account that we have a travel trailer, and it's going to give us a route that we can navigate from A to B. Check us out on Garmin.com. We've got all these products there, more information, customer support videos, help videos, and all that there. So come check us out.
Hey everyone, I'm Connor with the Mounting Company. Let's go over our universal quick release mounts. Any hard cases you have, soft bags, our mounts are designed to work on them. Everything is hard anodized aluminum, titanium. We have a gasket, keep everything watertight, waterproof. That's a big concern. The way it works, you pull the pin, everything comes off. Our dimple dies are part of our patented design of not only does it self-align, but it's also part of the design to keep everything tight. When the dimples, if the mount tries to move, it walks up out of here and cams itself in this back edge. So they were designed for racing, specifically in trophy trucks, like the Baja 1000. So I tell everyone they're a race product. We just brought them into the overlanding world for everyone to carry their gear. On this specific mount, we have Condition 1 cases, awesome case company. They have great inserts for different things if you're into firearms or fishing or carrying your outdoor gear. Fantastic case. This one's on our large mount. Pop it off, super simple, goes back on, goes great on the outside of a trailer, kind of wherever you need, any orientation, throw a lock in there, keep everything secure, super easy. Mountingcompany.com, themountingcompany.com, everything you need on there. There's videos, there's guides, there's everything you need to do to measure whatever gear you want to mount. And if you need any questions, hit us up. We'd love to chat.
I'm at the Seasucker booth, and they make a whole bunch of mounts. They're all based around basically what is a very fancy suction cup. It's better than your average suction cup because the way this one works is you stick it on, push into place, and then you pump the air out using this tab at the top. And when you get that vacuum, you won't see the orange anymore. So now I know that's sealed, And if after a few days I start to see the orange on here, I know I need to give it a few more pumps to get that vacuum back in there. And you end up with a very strong mount. They've got dozens of accessories attached to this Jeep that show how strong the suction is on those suction cups. And those mounts can be used with various accessories for the side of your vehicle, your trailer, camper, whatever, anything with a smooth surface. So things like trash bag holder, table for the extra horizontal space, sink, paper towel holder. There's hundreds of accessories that you can get, and you can find them all at Seasucker Mounts. And I also have this new Starlink mini mount. Great thing about this is it means you don't need a roof rack if you want to attach this to your roof. You can stick it, if you've got a flat roof or sunroof, stick it to that, or even to the hood of your vehicle. Anywhere with a flat surface.
I'm Jason. I work for OK 4-Wheel Drive, UCAB USA, and I own Mountain State Overland. We are going to show you the Wrappon PF1 toilet. This is a prototype bag designed by Blue Ridge Overland Gear. They are now in production and they are in black and blue. The PF1 is designed to be a collapsible toilet with separate parts. So as you can see, it's a pretty small package, you know, when it's all packed away. This is the base. Inside the base is a little platform to hold the cassette. Once the cassette is filled with whatever goes in the cassette. And here is the top. What you want to do is definitely make sure that it sits and overhangs this lip. It's really easy to put on. This is what the inside of the toilet looks like. This is the lever that we will use to demonstrate how it thermocompress seals your cassette when you're done. Okay, so I'm going to leave this open for now. This is one of the disposable cassettes, 3-layer plastic. You don't get any off-gassing. You don't get any smells. It's very good for, you know, putting in a trash bag, maybe with some cans and things like that. But if you're going to have it with sharp objects, you probably want to make sure you get rid of it before long. There are instructions here. These are the instructions for the back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in these little slots and go like that. Throw my trash inside. This is the coagulant. If you're in a sense of urgency, you could probably go ahead and use the bathroom and then pour this in afterwards. I just put the trash inside there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sit. Huh?
We don't need a demo.
We don't need a demo. I will sit down and enjoy my time in peace and quiet here on my throne. And when I'm complete, what I will do is I will come here and I will plug up for battery power, right? This is how we actually seal the bag. These are optional accessories. There's a battery pack, which is kind of nice because you can use it as maybe a cell phone charger, you know, things like that. But because I have this battery pack, what I can do is I can turn it on and just plug it up right here. So this is what happens when we close it up. And I think it's about 10 seconds, maybe less. You get your beeps to show that you're done. And that's your handy dandy little bag. That's the Wrappon PF1, available through Wrappon USA and OK 4-Wheel Drive.
Hi, I'm Katie and I am with Trelino and we sell composting separating toilets. And so pretty much how these work is they just separate your number 1 and your number 2 in the back. And they just get funneled into these 2 areas. So number 2 goes in the back and you just add a litter material with it after each use. And so that dries everything out to keep it from smelling. And then your number 1 goes in this urine canister here. And this little one-way valve keeps everything in, it keeps smells in. If you're driving around, nothing can splash back out. And for this, since there's no chemicals that you need, you can either sprinkle it in nature or you can flush it down a regular toilet. You don't need a special dumping station for these. And you would just clean it with vinegar or citric acid, and that also is what keeps any smell from coming from here. But yeah, these are all made locally in Germany. Everything is made within 50 minutes of our office in Dusseldorf, and we've brought them here to the US. You can go to mytrelino.com.
So what we're going to do next is take you through 3 power systems that we often use on trailers, but you can also install in a van or a truck. if you have your own setup that you're looking for. The first one we're going to show is the Redarc Red Vision system. This does come standard on a lot of trailers that we sell, including the Expedition Voyager. We like the Redarc Red Vision system because of the simplicity of the install and how the components really work together. This system is really comprised of 3 devices. You have the Redarc Red Vision display right here. So with the Redarc Red Vision display, this gives you full visibility of your entire power system. You have your shore charging, your solar charging, and your DC to DC charging coming in right here, so you can see exactly what your power source is. You have full battery monitoring, so you know what's coming in and what's coming out. You can watch your current draw, whether you're pulling from the trailer or you have solar coming in. On your main control panel, you have all your access to your lights and your components, so you can turn everything off and on, which is really nice. And you have your water monitoring right there. So if you have this set up for a single water tank or multiple water tanks or gray tanks, you can configure this system exactly the way you want it. The Redarc Red Vision display also is fully enabled on the Redarc app. Really nice setup, fully Bluetooth. You can access it from when you're around the trailer, turn off and on the lights, monitor your battery power, check your water levels when you're not here at the screen. The other 2 components that are part of this system is the Manager 30, which on the Expedition it sits back under there. That's going to be your 3 sources of charging. So this gives you your shore charging at 30 amps, your DC to DC charging, as well as your solar charging. This gives you a lot of versatility for a small trailer like this. If you're running an Anderson connection to the front and you configure your truck correctly, you can pull 30 amps of power from your tow vehicle while you're driving. That makes having solar on the roof a lot less necessary, especially when you're in inclement weather or driving at night. You still have a consistent 30 amps of power coming from your tow vehicle. The other component within this system is the TVMS. The TVMS is your distribution panel that distributes all the power from the batteries to the components on the trailer. Everything is fused, easily accessible. If you do blow a fuse, it lights up, and it does give you an alarm on the Red Vision display, so now you know exactly what's going on. So those are the 3 components that make up this system. It's easy to install, very configurable, gives you a lot of versatility. Redarc has some other components as well, including the Rogue, which is a nice, smaller, more compact setup, perfect for a truck like a Tacoma or a 4Runner where you just want your lights and fridge and a few other devices like that. So a lot of versatility with what Redarc provides. We do full installs at XGRiD campers on these, and we also support them for our trailers where the manufacturers are installing them directly. So now let's go check out another system that we use a lot with Victron. We'll show you that next. All right, so now we're at the Lifestyle Campers Fusion. The Fusion is set up with an entire Victron system. So we wanted to show you the differences on why we use the Victron system for some of these larger trailers. In a trailer like the Fusion, this is sleeping 4 people. We have an ensuite inside, a full queen bed, and we're running an air conditioner. We have up to 600 amp hours of lithium batteries, and we can do a 3,000 watt inverter. So when you have a setup like this, the Victron components give you a lot of scalability. You can choose the size of the solar charger, the size of the DC to DC charger, the size of the multi-plus for the inverter charger, and then you have the Servo GX screen here, so you can actually monitor everything through the screen. This is a really nice setup. What this is showing you right now is it's showing you the power draw in and out. You can see right now we're pulling a little bit of power from the solar, only about 49 watts. It's a cloudy day, but we have 700 watts of solar on the roof. It's charging the battery, which is at 85%, and about 4.6 amps is coming off the battery to the DC power sources on the trailer. So that's your lights and some of the other components that we have. This screen also gives you the ability to monitor the water system. So you have your water monitoring right here, and it's very configurable. So you can set this up. You can actually remote monitor this as well. So if you have a technician that needs to access this and see what's going on, see the history of the system, they can tie into this remotely, which is really nice. I want to show you now the components that actually feed this system. So on the passenger side of the Fusion, we have this huge storage compartment, which is really nice. Put all your gear in here, and then behind the door is your Victron components. On the far side is the Victron Multi-Plus. That is your 3,000 watt inverter charger. So that's going to be charging for shore power and also inverting back from 12 volt back to 110 for your air conditioner, as well as your receptacles and other 110 appliances that you have. On this system, we're using a 50 amp solar charger. We have 700 watts of solar. So again, this gives you that scalability. For a smaller rig, you might use a 15 or 30 amp. We've chosen the 50 amp here. And then we also have the 30 amp DC to DC. This is the Orion Tri-Smart. That's what's gonna give you your DC to DC charging from your tow vehicle while you're driving. One of the other great devices that we have with the Victron is the Smart Shunt, which sits right down here. And so what the Smart Shunt is doing is it's monitoring all your power in and out of the battery. And when you're running the Victron Connect app, which gives you access to all of your devices, that's showing your current draw as well as the power coming in. So by monitoring your power, you really know what you're doing. In this system, we are running a 110 air conditioner. So we turn on the AC, we can see our power system that way. We know exactly what we're drawing, and we're recalculating the time remaining on our batteries. Now, we've installed 600 amp hours of lithium in here. Really nice setup, works well for this type of trailer, especially with 700 watts of solar and your DC to DC. We can keep this rig off-grid with air conditioner for quite a long time. So if you're interested in both the Redarc and the Victron systems, whether it's a full install or just some support with service and maintenance, please reach out to us at XGRiD Campers. We'll be happy to help you out, give you some ideas of how to configure this system for your lifestyle and the components you plan on running. The next system we're going to show you that is starting to get more popular with some of these trailers is the Garmin control system. Now, with this system, you can really plug in a lot of different types of devices and have one common interface with a touchscreen panel. So on the BRS Sherpa, we're using the Garmin system, and we can control our lights, we have our power monitoring, we have our water monitoring, we have our suspension controls, and we also have our audio and video setup with it. So I want to show you that real quick. So on the home screen, this is again for the BRS Sherpa. This gives you visibility onto your system. You have your controls right here for your air suspension. So you have 3 presets with your low, your normal, and your water crossing. You can hit that preset and your air suspension adjusts accordingly. You can then individually change the height on both the driver's and the passenger side. You have your monitoring for your power right there. And then on your next screen, you have your power controls. So this is going to give you access to your cabin lights, your awning lights, your outdoor lights. You have dimmable features, which is really nice for setting the temperature of the light either indoors or outside. The third screen down, we have access to all of our other components. So we have our water pump on, we have the stereo, the cabin power. Any of the devices that you set up and program into this system, you can individually configure there and have them off and on. Now with this system as well, you can really plug in other devices. So on the BRS Sherpa, because you get a smart TV and audio system with it, we can control everything from this same device. This is all Bluetooth enabled, so if you want to have access to both the trailer controls as well as your audio video system, you have it all there on your smartphone, ready to go.
So if you're towing an off-road trailer, something like a weight distribution hitch is not an option. That won't work off-road at all. And that's where something like these airbags from Airlift, the LoadLifter 5000 bags, come in. These actually replace your bump stop on the vehicle. And on 95% of vehicles, it is a bolt-in application. And you don't need to worry about losing your bump stop because these have one built into them. And when you load up your trailer or hook up your trailer, you can inflate these, and there's a couple of ways to inflate them. You can either use your own air compressor and the air lines that are on there, or you can use the air compressor that they've got that you can mount under your vehicle and the little remote to inflate or deflate to some of the presets that you got on there.
Hi, I'm Eric Probst from Rock Tamers, based in Monument, Colorado. Been in business about 40 years, family owned. Want to show you the Rock Tamers system. What this is it's a hitch-based mud flap system. So what you do is it slides right over the bar. Okay, comes in 3 different sizes: a 2-inch, a 2.5-inch, and a 3-inch. And the only difference is this hub right here, because it's all about the size of your bar. The beauty of these items is, if you can see, I've got one up in the air and one down on the ground. It's because these are fully adjustable. You just tighten this bolt right here, so you can have it here if you have a regular truck. Or you want it a little bit further away from the bumper. You got a lifted truck, you do that like there. Also, this is if you have a smaller pickup truck. You can take it all the way out if you have, a much larger truck, F250, F350, full-size Ram. And then also, on the back of these, what you have is hole punches. It does come with a hole punch, and then you can use a straight edge and cut this so it can be at the length that you want it. These stainless steel trim plates are spring steel, and they also help with any kind of flap, so they keep these down. What you really want to make sure is these are reinforced, so it really helps keep things. I have pictures of rebar going through these that are kicked up on the road. So again, they do come as an option. You can get a light bar with a 4-pin here, and it plugs right in here, and it slips right over the carriage bolts. And these do come with a lifetime guarantee, again, from a company that's been in business for over 40 years. You can find these on our website, which is rocktamers.com. They are, of course, available in many different retailers, including Amazon, Bass Pro, O'Reilly Auto Parts, eTrailer, and then various other internet platforms as well. And then many truck accessory independent dealers. I can't name them all. Most of them can get them because we have a great distributor network.
If you're not familiar with Devos lights, it is basically a light on a stick. This is the smallest one they have, which is a 4-foot stick or a 4-foot pole. The other ones usually go from 8 feet up, and there are 3 different style lights that go from 800 lumens all the way up to 2,000 lumens. I turned this on. It's a bright day today, so you can't really tell, but it's 2,000 lumens, and it lights down, so it lights up a large area around you. You can also push the button more than once, so you're down to just half of it lit up, or just, if I push it again, one side of it lit up. So if you just want to light up one direction, you can do that way. One of the biggest pieces of feedback they got when they were developing these is they wanted, customers wanted to have different colors available. So Devos came out with the color filter that snaps on to these 2 lights, or if you want to get the best light on this one, you just turn it on and then push a button and it changes color. It's also Bluetooth controllable, because that was another piece of feedback that they got. But the reason I'm showing you this in this camper video is because, thanks to a collaboration with Seasucker, you can now mount these to the side of your camper, your vehicle, whatever you want. So I can slide this over the side of the Seasucker mount, and hopefully I got a smooth surface here. I push it on, push the little suction cup thing, and once the little orange tab's gone, it is suctioned onto the side of the vehicle. You can leave it on there as long as you want. If you start to see the orange again, just push it a couple more times and it'll tighten down. And there's a bunch of accessories with this, and this one's one of my favorite for the side of a camper or trailer or whatever. This is a motion sensor, so this will clip on underneath. You plug it into your light, and let's say you need to get up and out of your camper in the night, this will detect your motion, it'll turn on the light. Or if someone else is sneaking around, or a bear or some kind of animal, it'll detect motion and the light will turn on automatically. If you want to see more of these and the whole product range, all of the accessories, you can go to devosoutdoor.com. I was going to say, if you use the code REVERE, you also get 10% off.
G'day campers, Justin Wayward Aussie. I'm here in the Brax booth today, and I want to show you what a Brax is, because a lot of people ask. It's a tricky name, but it's not a tricky product, but it's handy. And what it is, it allows us to mount that to a flat surface or an awning bracket, and then that mounts to an awning, so you might think of it as the meat in the sandwich, and that allows us to remove your awning with a simple turn of a key, remove a pin, off the awning goes. If you want to swap sides, if you want to put the awning away over the winter period, get 2 sets of those, mount one to the wall, one to the vehicle, drop it on, and away you go. So let me show you that with an awning, and you'll see it much easier. So we lift up and pop it off, and there we go. So now you can see awning brackets that we see there, a couple of different sizes. So this is for a large awning, say a 23-0 compact, a 23-0 270 or 180, and then you've got the smaller one, which for a shower, or one of the little lightweight awnings. And then once we've got that mounted and lined up, again, we just pop it back on, lock it into place, and then in the box you will find a security pin. So this makes sure that this doesn't come off when you're driving down the road. That goes into place there like that, and then with a key lock, no one can steal your awning. So that's handy, and it's made in Australia, just like me. You can buy them at raxbraxusa.com or any good retailer like
XGRiD campers.
One of the other products we wanted to show you, which is really popular on the off-road and overlanding trailers, is having a really good steady tongue jack. What we typically use is the ARC 750. This jack, by far, one of the best products on the market. We use it for a lot of the trailers, even the smaller, lighter weight trailers, as well as the heavier ones. One of the reasons we really love the 750 jack is because of the dual wheel design. If you're on a trail and you have to disconnect and you have to move that trailer around, and your trailer is a light enough one to move by hand, you can drop this down and you can roll this over gravel, dirt, rocks, and it'll hold up. It gives you enough strength to push that trailer around. If you're on a single wheel tongue jack, it's gonna dig into that dirt. You will not be able to move that trailer by hand. So this gives you that flexibility to push the trailer around, get it reconnected, you have the stability. It's universal enough where even on a larger trailer that's 500 to 600 pounds tongue weight, it's gonna hold up. It gives you plenty of reach. These jacks are really nice because you can extend and lower them. So when you're on a higher tongue height position, you can lower this down, get that extension, or if you're on a shorter vehicle, you can actually raise this back up and you have more position here. So that gives you, for low clearance, you can do that before you disconnect, and now you have a lot of versatility on how low or high you want to raise this. Now to stow this, which is really nice, if you're back in a normal position, you can pull off your handle, little magnet right there, pull this out, slide this around, and you're stowed and ready to go. Now what's really nice about this setup is you can choose what position you want your tire in right here. So if you have plenty of clearance, you can drop that tire down. If you have plenty of width on the side, you can have it out to the side. You can also have this tire standing straight up if you want that clearance. So it all depends on what your arrangement is with your tongue and your trailer. If you'd like to learn more about these accessories and all the upgrades and mods we can do at XGRiD Campers, please check us out on our website at xgridcampers.com or visit us at one of the showrooms in Las Vegas, Nevada and Knoxville, Tennessee. We'll see you soon.